Every single morning, behind a locked door, you blindly flush away the most critical medical diagnostic report your body will ever produce. Hidden in that porcelain bowl is a shocking, life-or-death secret about your internal organs. Are you ignoring a fatal disease out of sheer embarrassment? Every single morning, behind a locked door, you are blindly destroying the most intricate, profoundly detailed medical diagnostic report your biology will ever produce. With the simple, thoughtless push of a handle, a whirlpool of water swallows the exact evidence that could tell you whether you are thriving or quietly dying inside. We have been socially conditioned to feel terrified and disgusted by our own waste, to avert our eyes, to spray artificial floral scents, and to never, ever speak of it. But I am here to tell you that this silent societal taboo is actively costing lives. What you leave in that porcelain bowl is not merely a filthy biological byproduct. It is the ultimate, uncensored biochemical summary of your physical existence. Canada Senior Health Guide 04 warmly welcomes you to a conversation that most are too embarrassed to have, but one that could literally save your life. If you find value in discovering these hidden truths about your own biology, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel right now, as your support gives us the immense motivation needed to continue creating these vital, life-saving videos for you. When you cross the age of 60, the margin of error in your physical vessel shrinks with terrifying speed. The line between the early detection of a minor anomaly and the devastating late-stage diagnosis of a terminal illness is unbelievably fragile. You must understand that your body operates on a ruthless, silent system of triage. It acts like a desperate battlefield medic, prioritizing essential survival mechanisms while quietly masking or shutting down areas of underlying damage until the situation becomes completely catastrophic. At this stage of life, your body will not always scream when it is failing. Sometimes, it only whispers. You simply cannot afford to ignore the daily data it physically prints out for you. Imagine your gastrointestinal tract as a breathtakingly sophisticated, sequential chemical processing and water treatment plant. Food enters, and through a violently beautiful symphony of enzymatic reactions, mechanical churning, and bacterial fermentation, life-giving nutrients are extracted while deadly toxins are isolated. What ends up in the water beneath you is the final, undeniable output of this magnificent plant. To decipher this daily output, we must look to the Bristol Stool Scale, the definitive diagnostic language used universally in gastroenterology to categorize human waste into 7 distinct morphologies. Types 1 and 2 are the tragic signs of a chronically dehydrated, stagnant system. Hard, separated lumps that speak of a desperate colon holding on to waste for far too long, wringing out every last drop of moisture. Conversely, types 5 through 7 represent the chaotic rush of diarrhea, a panicked evacuation where your body's primary objective is to violently flush out a pathogen or irritant, completely abandoning the vital process of nutrient absorption. But the gold standard, the absolute holy grail of a thriving, perfectly optimized digestive architecture, is type 3 and type 4. We are looking for a cohesive, smooth, sausage-like formation that passes effortlessly without mechanical strain. This specific shape is a biological triumph. It means your hydration is pristine, your muscular contractions are perfectly rhythmic, and your transit time is flawless. Achieving this standard daily is not a matter of luck. It is a profound, hard-earned reflection of your internal metabolic harmony. If your daily output deviates from this beautiful gold standard, your body is issuing a desperate warning that you must not ignore. Just as the physical shape of your daily output serves as a structural blueprint of your transit time, its hue paints a vivid, chemical portrait of your internal organ function. We are accustomed to seeing a predictable, earthy brown, a color that represents a quiet biological victory. This specific shade is the direct result of stercobilin, a magnificent byproduct created when your body efficiently breaks down old, exhausted red blood cells and mixes them with the bile secreted by your liver. But when this pigment radically shifts, your body is no longer whispering. It is desperately sounding the alarm. You must possess the courage to look down and read the ink in which your body writes its distress signals. If what you see is pitch black and tarry, a condition known as melena, you are likely staring at digested blood from deep within your upper gastrointestinal tract. This is an urgent, screaming red flag of a bleeding ulcer, severe gastritis, or an undiagnosed malignancy quietly hemorrhaging in the dark. Conversely, bright crimson red painted across the bowl is a terrifying visual, though it often signifies bleeding lower down in the colon or rectum, pleading for immediate investigation to rule out advanced polyps or colorectal tumors. Perhaps even more insidious are the pale, clay-colored, or almost white eliminations. This ghostly absence of color is profoundly unnatural. It means that somewhere deep within your biliary tree, a blockage, be it a hardened gallstone or a silent tumor pressing against the bile duct, is preventing your liver's vital digestive fluids from reaching your intestines. Your liver is suffocating in its own toxic buildup, crying out for relief. Then there is the yellow, greasy output, a sign of severe malabsorption and pancreatic failure, indicating that your body has lost the ability to process dietary fats, letting them slip right through you untouched. As we age, these subtle color variations are not random anomalies. They are the earliest, most critical warnings of organ failure or internal bleeding. Ignoring them out of squeamishness is a fatal mistake, a willful blindness that prevents you from catching a catastrophic illness in its most treatable infancy. Yet, even if the structural shape and chemical pigment appear completely normal, the specific way this biological matter interacts with the water beneath you reveals an entirely different dimension of your metabolic reality. There is a simple, undeniable physics to human waste. A healthy, nutrient-depleted stool should sink with a gentle, heavy grace. It plunges to the bottom because your intestines have successfully extracted every possible ounce of life-sustaining value, leaving behind a dense, heavy matrix of useless fiber and bacterial husks. But if you turn around to find your waste stubbornly floating at the surface, refusing to submerge, you are bearing witness to a silent tragedy occurring inside your digestive tract. These floaters are buoyant because they are artificially inflated with trapped, unabsorbed gases, or far more dangerously, they are laden with heavy, undigested dietary fats. This condition, medically termed steatorrhea, paints a heartbreaking picture of an aging body that is literally starving itself while surrounded by an abundance of food. It means your pancreas, exhausted by decades of labor, is failing to produce the crucial lipase enzymes necessary to dismantle lipids, or that the delicate, velvet-like lining of your small intestine has become too inflamed and blunted to absorb them. When fats are washed down the drain, they take with them the critical, fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K that your aging brain, bones, and immune system desperately require to fend off dementia and frailty. Accompanying this buoyancy is often a profoundly foul, putrid odor that is far beyond the expected scent of human biology. This is not just a bad smell. It is the chemical off-gassing of rotting, fermenting proteins and a severely compromised microbiome overrun by pathogenic bacteria. Your body is showing you, in the most visceral way possible, that the food you are eating to sustain your life is actively turning against you, decaying in your gut rather than fueling your precious remaining years. Understanding this profound biological language of density, shape, and color is only the vital first step. The true triumph lies in answering your body's desperate cries with swift, compassionate, and targeted intervention. For the aging vessel, correcting these digestive failures requires far more than the lazy, generic advice of simply eating more fiber. After the age of 60, the roaring fire of your digestion naturally dims. Your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, and your cellular turnover slows to a crawl. We must gently rebuild this delicate architecture, treating your gastrointestinal tract with the profound respect it has earned over decades of keeping you alive. Hydration must transition from an afterthought to a relentless, daily religion. But for a senior, Cold water shocks the system. You must begin your mornings with warm water, perhaps infused with a sliver of fresh ginger, to gently coax your dormant digestive muscles into rhythmic, peristaltic motion without triggering painful spasms. When we speak of fiber, we must differentiate between the harsh and the healing. Aging, fragile intestinal walls are easily torn and irritated by rough, insoluble fibers found in raw, coarse vegetables. Instead, you must seek the soothing embrace of soluble fibers, like the mucilage found in soaked chia seeds, stewed apples, and high-quality psyllium husk. These form a protective, gel-like matrix that binds excess fats, feeds your starving good bacteria, and gently sweeps the colon clean without mechanical trauma. Furthermore, acknowledging the inevitable decline of your internal organs means embracing the miraculous support of broad-spectrum digestive enzymes. Supplementing with enzymes is not a sign of weakness. It is a brilliant, strategic move to bridge the gap left by a tired pancreas, ensuring that every morsel of food you consume is fully dismantled and absorbed. Finally, daily, deliberate movement is non-negotiable. The simple, rhythmic act of a brisk 30-minute walk physically massages your internal organs, stimulating the sluggish colon and demanding that your body efficiently process and eliminate its waste, thereby preventing the toxic stagnation that leads to chronic disease. When you finally commit to this level of deep, internal stewardship, you do far more than merely heal your digestion. You reclaim your fundamental right to a vibrant, unashamed, and prolonged existence. We must forcefully tear down the walls of embarrassment that have been constructed around the most natural, essential biological process of our lives. The bathroom door should never act as a barrier to your self-awareness, and the flushing handle must no longer be a tool used to hide the evidence of your own physical truth. Every single time you pause, turn around, and consciously observe what your body has produced before you flush, you are performing a radical, life-affirming act of self-love. It is a daily, intimate communion with your own mortality, granting you the unprecedented power to course correct before a quiet internal whisper violently escalates into a fatal, untreatable roar. You have survived too many storms, fought too many battles, and lived too deeply to allow a socially constructed taboo to rob you of your health and vitality in your golden years. Your body has carried you through the unimaginable. The very least you can do is look at what it is trying to show you. We at Canada Senior Health Guide 04 are endlessly passionate about empowering you with this profound, uncensored knowledge, because we fiercely believe that your best, most vibrant days are still ahead of you, provided you have the courage to listen to your biology. If this message has resonated with your soul, if it has opened your eyes to a truth you have long ignored, please hit that subscribe button and share this vital video with someone you love. By joining our community, you are not just supporting a channel. You are participating in a movement to shatter the silence, embrace our shared humanity, and boldly extend the beautiful, fragile lives we have been given. In closing, the journey to exceptional longevity and vibrant health in your senior years is inextricably linked to the willingness to observe and understand your body's most basic biological outputs. Your digestive system is a profound communicator, using the shape, color, and density of your waste to broadcast the internal state of your vital organs. By paying attention to these daily signs, whether it is a stark shift in pigment signaling a bleeding ulcer or biliary blockage, or the buoyancy of unabsorbed fats warning of pancreatic fatigue, you grant yourself the ultimate advantage of early detection. Rather than turning away in embarrassment, embracing this daily practice becomes an empowering ritual of self-care. It requires shattering societal taboos and acknowledging that true health management does not end at the doctor's office. It happens every day in the privacy of your own home. Coupled with a restorative protocol of warm hydration, soothing soluble fibers, digestive enzymes, and rhythmic daily movement, you can actively repair and support your aging digestive fire. Ultimately, this uncensored awareness allows you to protect your nutritional intake, ward off frailty, and reclaim your fundamental right to a thriving, joyful existence. Your body is a miraculous vessel that has carried you through decades of life. It deserves your attention, respect, and unwavering stewardship as you navigate the golden years ahead. Your body is endlessly communicating with you through a sophisticated biological language, and ignoring it out of squeamishness is a profound risk. Societal taboos surrounding natural bodily functions only serve to disconnect us from our own survival mechanisms. True self-love and deep stewardship of your health demand the courage to look, assess, and respond to the physical truths your body presents to you every single day. The daily observation. Make it a non-negotiable habit to pause and look in the toilet bowl before you flush. Take mental note of the color, shape, and whether the stool sinks or floats. Warm morning hydration. Start every morning with a glass of warm water, perhaps with a slice of fresh ginger, to gently awaken your digestive tract without shocking your system. Optimize your fiber. Transition away from harsh, raw vegetables and incorporate soothing, soluble fibers like soaked chia seeds, stewed apples, or psyllium husk to protect your delicate intestinal lining. Consider enzyme support. Talk to your healthcare provider about adding a high-quality, broad-spectrum digestive enzyme to your meals to assist your aging pancreas in breaking down and absorbing vital nutrients. Move consistently. Commit to a brisk, 30-minute walk every day to naturally massage your internal organs and keep your digestive rhythm moving efficiently. What is one healthy morning habit you currently practice to support your digestion? Please politely share your thoughts in the comments section below so our community can read your perspective and learn from one another. If you found this information valuable and want to continue taking charge of your longevity, please hit the subscribe button. Your support gives our channel the motivation to keep creating more powerful, life-saving content for you.